What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Razer Freyja Haptic cushion. The guys over at Razer have sent this over for me to check out, so I cannot wait. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you'll know I like to test out the more niche and exclusive and unique products like the ultra-wide monitors, the VR, and haptics is certainly something I've been very interested in looking at. And with the Razer Freyja Haptic cushion, we're going to get some total immersion in some of these games that are supported. So we're going to unbox it, we're going to see what it's like, and then I'm going to be testing it out for you guys, and hopefully all in this video will be seeing my thoughts on the product in general and just like some test footage of me checking it out and my experience with it. So without further ado, let's get into this and open it up. So this is the box for the Razer Freyja Haptic cushion there. So I'm going to read what it just says on the front. So we have multi directional haptics, haptic EQ customization, quick release connection. So this can actually be attached to a multitude of chairs. There's a list of ones that are supported, but I guess you'll have to figure out the measurements and stuff for yourself or look on the website to see which ones work on. I'm using a Secret Lab extra large chair here, so I'm really hoping this does fit. I do have a spare chair if it doesn't, but this thing just attaches straight onto your chair and then you can plug it in. So we're going to open it up and we're going to talk about some of the features as we get into it. So as prepared as ever, I don't have anything to open it with, so I'm using this screw that I've just found, which is probably from like my old wall mounted monitor. So this is how we're doing it. Not quite as fancy as these creators have these like samurai swords and really cool knives to use. I'm using a screw I just found. Okay, let's open this thing up then. So I really should do like top down for this in the future. I just don't have the space for it at the minute, but eventually I will try and make room for me to have like a top down unboxing product setup. So here we have the cushion. I'm gonna say it feels pretty soft, I'm not gonna lie. So we have an accessory box as well. So we will put this to the side for 1 second. We'll pull out the cushion and then we'll go through everything that's inside this thing. So it actually feels pretty comfy. I was expecting this to feel like quite like tough and sturdy, but it actually feels pretty soft. So that's probably a bonus, because this chair, I love this chair. It's like the Witcher one, but it's actually a little bit uncomfortable after a long amount of time. So let's see how this cushion adds to it. So it seems like those are the two things in the box, just the accessory box and the cushion itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the accessory box and see what we have included. So as expected, we have a user manual there. I do like it how it's all like black and with silver font. It's pretty cool looking, looks pretty premium. We have some stickers, so they will definitely be going on one of the fridges, the beer fridge, or maybe the one downstairs. Inside of the box also has a little bit of information there, so it's a little quick setup guide if you don't want to read the instructions, because we all read every single page of those, don't you worry. So we have a mains adapter, so you do actually have to have this plugged in when you use the haptics cushion, but from what I believe, this kind of goes down the side and you can unplug it from it, so you don't have to be plugged in all the time when you're using your chair. You can just plug it in when you want to use it, which is definitely a bonus. It would have been nice to have it be like wireless that you could charge, but I guess the battery would drain pretty quick if it was wireless charging. But we do have a mains adapter which we can plug in and plug out when we need it, which I'm definitely glad we can unplug this and it's not just wired in and we have to have it all the time. It comes with a USB 2.4 gigahertz USB adapter there, so that is how you connect it to the PC, I believe. So at least you only have to plug it into the mains and the rest can be done wirelessly. I do believe you can use Bluetooth as well to connect to your mobile device or just any other device. From what I did read online, it doesn't look like it supports iPhone, but please do check into that because there might have been updates since this thing released. And from what it looks like, it comes with a lot of different adapters for different territories, so that is great because yeah, I don't know actually what a lot of these are, so at least I'm going to show them to you, and if this is the one you need for your country, at least you'll know if you can buy it in your country, you'll be able to plug it in. So it looks like it comes with like 5 or 6 of these, so that's a lot more than I've probably had from any other product before. It's usually just 1 or 2, so I'm going to just show these ones to you guys so you can see if this is the one you're going to need. I'm obviously in the UK, so I'm going to need a UK one, so hopefully that's in here too, or else we're being shortchanged and every country's got one and we don't, but I'm pretty sure we will have one. So we have this one as well. Like I said, I don't know what any of these are. I know there's probably a European, a US, maybe a Japanese one, but in terms of what they are, the only time I ever know which ones they are is when I need to go on holiday. I need to buy a specific one. That is the one I'll be using, the UK one, so we'll keep that one to the side. And there we have it. That is all the adapters, and that is actually everything in the accessories box. So all we really have is the power plug, the plug that goes into the wall, and the USB dongle. So it seems like that and the cushion is everything. So it's very simple, it looks like, to set up. You just plug it in and I guess we'll see how we connect it up. So it comes in this nice little fabric bag, which this actually just genuinely looks like a nice pillow. Like I could probably sleep on this. It looks very comfy. So let's get this thing out and see how it looks. So There it is. So this is the Razer Freyja Haptics cushion. This is the back of it where it straps onto your chair, I believe. So then here we have the front of it. There's a Razer there, so this is going to be the top. So essentially you're going to be strapping this to your chair with the clips on the back and plugging it in with this. So it is on the left side is where you plug it into the mains adapter. So this is relatively long, so at least you can sort of stretch it down and it's not having a wire running all like vertically up to your chair, so it's got a bit of length to it. So I guess seeing this is going to help you see where you need to be at your setup and also whether it will reach, and also knowing that it's on the left side, you'll know where to put it in your setup, because some people's like mains might be on the right, so it could be quite a problem if you're trying to stretch wires around everything. Luckily I do have mine pretty much straight ahead, so this isn't going to be a problem for me, and the fact that I can just unplug the cable from this end means that I can just use it when I want to and not have it plugged in all the time. So this is the Razer Freyja cushion, and I'm just going to strap it onto the chair and show you guys how it looks on my chair, and hopefully it fits. So there we have it. I'm a bit tired after moving that chair around, but we have it on, it's on, and we have a bit of space at the top still, so I can still put my magnetic Secret Labs pillow up there, so we have maximum comfort there. So you have to strap it on with 3 different ones. There's one actually on the bottom, so if you have quite a large chair like this one, you might have to tip the whole chair over and do it from the bottom, or get someone else to help you. So that was a little bit of a struggle getting the bottom one on, but we are now here. There's also a little loop, velcro-y type of loop on the side where you can fit the power cable through, so it stays nice and tight to the cushion. So this is quite a big chair, so it's not going to be fitting on perfectly like exactly how it should be, but I've done my best. So we're going to plug this in now and I'm going to give this a go. So I'll see you with my thoughts very soon. So I am back. I've been testing out the Razer Freyja Haptics cushion for, I want to say, 3 or 4 days now on lots of different things. So I'm going to just give you guys my thoughts on it. It's really hard to actually try and record a video of this device and show it off, because it's simply a cushion that you're sat on. You can hear the motors, but you ain't going to be able to feel the feel of it through a video. So I'm going to try and give you some thoughts on it. So I have had different experiences when it comes to using the audio haptics compared to the sensor implemented games haptics, so we're going to go through that as well. So let's start nice and simple with the comfort of this device. I actually think this adds a lot of comfort to my chair. So if you do have quite a stiff chair, having this thing on is just gonna give you a little bit more height, and it's also going to be quite comfortable for longer gaming sessions. Being able to remove the power from the device nice and seamlessly is really good as well. You can just take the cable out, slide it under your desk, and you can move your chair away, and when you want to go back, you just simply plug it in play and it's ready to go. So over the past few days I've been testing this thing out on a lot of different multimedia. So I've been listening to some YouTube videos, I've been listening to some music, and I've been playing a lot of different games. Some of them just have the sensor HD settings already implemented by the developers, and most of them I've just been playing with the Audio-to-haptics, which has actually been really great. So firstly, I'll go into the sensor HD games. So I've played a few titles now. I've played Silent Hill 2, I've played Hogwarts Legacy, and I've tested out a few which it didn't really seem to work in, but I'll just give you a little glimpse of what my experience was. With Silent Hill, it was very subtle. I was expecting to sort of go off when you were walking around and hearing your footsteps. I was expecting to rumble when you're doing things like that, or opening doors, but it seemed to be that subtle that it only really happened when I was attacking enemies, when I was shooting a gun, and when I was using a healing item. It just gave like a little rumble in the back. It happened when you picked items up as well. It's like as if you were to be picking up some shotgun rounds, and it goes into your inventory in your imaginary backpack. So it was nice that they had that little feature there where it felt like you were adding it to your inventory on your physical body, but it was very subtle. I just wish they'd have some more implementation in the game where you can have more haptics or some choice over it. The next sensor HD supported game I did try was Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm not that far into the game, so I literally just did the tutorial, and it didn't really seem to do much until I was shooting spells. You could feel like the spell building up and then releasing as you did it, so that was pretty cool, but then again it was very subtle at the same time. I did try another couple of games that I said were supported, like Mortal Kombat 11, and it just seemed that it didn't work at all for me there. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if it's something with my settings, but it just I tried a few things. I tried to prioritize it on the app, but it just didn't seem to work. I did want to try out Hitman as well, but apparently that's coming soon. The same as Stalker 2. A lot of the games, if you do check the supported list, it says the haptics aren't yet released. So Final Fantasy 16 has it, I believe, as well. I'd like to try that out. So yeah, it has been a little bit of a mixed bag with the Sensor HD games, unfortunately, but with what they've been talking about now with this Wyvern project, where Razer is basically building this SDK for developers to use. It's going to make it a lot more easier for these devs to implement sort of haptics, THX audio, and chroma, and all these different kind of things. And I think hopefully if this takes off, we're going to see a lot more support in new titles, and hopefully it's something as easy as them just like putting the SDK in and flicking a switch and they have all of those things sort of programmed in nice and easy, because I do think there is something in haptics and immersion and lighting and all of those things together. It's such a great experience, and I just hope that not only for the developers it's easy, but I also hope that it's some way that us as gamers can sort of control that ourselves a little bit. That's what I was talking about with Silent Hill 2, with the haptics in that game. It's subtle and it works in certain places, but it'd be nice for us to be able to sort of control when and where it happens. So if there's a way we could engage with the audio settings to select certain things to have haptic support and other things not to, I think that's like the next step, is having total control, and then you can have something like this haptic cushion and sort of customize it to your exact own needs. So now let's talk about the audio to haptics. Now this is where this device has really shined for me, because whereas some of the games that I played with the Sensor HD, I wasn't picking up as much haptics as I would have liked, having the audio to haptics turned on like completely and having to be able to set the different EQs from controlled, balanced and dynamic to get different amounts of audio haptics, it really changed the experience for me, because I was playing all kinds of games and it was really immersive. So games like Forza Horizon, I could really feel the rumble in the car every time I took a turn, every time I went on some different material, like I drove off-road in Forza, that I could feel the gravel and stuff. I could really feel the haptics starting to build up, and it was really awesome. I really think driving games would really benefit from this. So if you're like one of those guys who has like the full sim rig, you want to add this to your chair, it's going to immerse you even more so. And I actually really want to try that for myself. I'd love to get like a steering wheel, some brake pedals, and just have the ultra-wide monitor, the Leviathan, the haptics cushion, all of that just being totally immersed. I think it'd be really awesome, and I think that's where this shines, is especially in driving games. So when the Sensor HD haptics weren't working in Mortal Kombat 11, and I changed it over to the audio to haptics, it was really a game changer. It was just, I wish it was that automatically integrated into the game like that with the Sensor HD haptics, because if that was my first experience, it would have been really awesome, because you could feel all the bone crunching, all the hits, all the musical explosions, everything that was going on. It was just like, I felt like I was there beating this guy up myself. Now, yeah, it is a little bit of a gimmick. It is just vibrations and rumbles. We've all had these things since the 90s. When it's done like this in an environment where you're already being immersed with all these other technical things like the lighting and speakers and the headphones, it just adds another layer to it. And I really think there is something in haptics. With this just being a cushion, it's obviously not a haptic suit. I mean, if you were to play Mortal Kombat in a fully programmed haptic suit where you could feel like the kicks and the punches in different parts of your body, that would be amazing. So this is sort of new tech, so I'm hoping something like this Razer haptics cushion is the start of more people implementing devices like this, or even if Razer ups their game in the next model and like has like a whole chair that has it all built in or something, I don't know. But I am impressed with haptics, and I really would like to see more of it in the future. So the last one I played more recently was Helldivers 2. Now that game is full of explosions and gunfighting and action, and if there's ever going to be a game in that genre that was really going to use these audio haptics, I think that was the one, and I came away really impressed with that. I was just feeling every gunshot, every assault rifle, just emptying my clip on these bugs, throwing grenades, setting down orbital strikes, using my light machine gun, just getting prone and just destroying these bugs. Like, I could feel every little vibration, and it was awesome. Mixing this in with the Leviathan as well, soundbar blasting at me, the haptics behind me, I was just having a great time with this. So like I said earlier, it is really hard for me to try and get across my feelings about the Freyja cushion visually, so I've just got to do it by what I've experienced. And the only thing that does let it down is the implementation of some of these Sensor HD games, but I really do hope that they improve the support and that all of the games has the support, like just works natively without having to mess around with anything. If I was to jump in these games and these games were implemented just like the audio haptics were, then I would come away like pretty mind blown every single time I jumped into one of these supported games. So I do hope the support does get better. I do hope that the games that are already supported can fix any of the quirks that's stopping them from working. I think this is a great stepping stone towards the future with all of this immersion, with what they've talked about with the Wyvern project as well. So these have been my thoughts on the Freyja cushion. I can't wait to test this out. I really want to test this out on a racing sim rig now. Let me know down below your thoughts in the comment section. Is this something you'd be interested in? Do you play VR? Is this something that's going to add a little bit more immersion to your VR experience? I really want to know your thoughts on this and where you think this is best suited. What game would you like to play using this? Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.